welcome to Movie Review Mom. If this is the very first time you've discovered my YouTube channel, yay, you're here. I'm so glad you found me. My goal is to give viewers a heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a particular film. So the particular film that I'm reviewing today is actually a documentary called Syndrome K. This World War II documentary releases in select theaters in June and on digital platforms beginning on August 16th, 2022 through Freestyle Digital Media. The movie is not rated because it's a documentary, although I would give it probably an R for content, and I'll explain in just a minute. The film is an hour and 20 minutes, and the Movie Review Mom grade I'm giving it is an A. Let me tell you why. Stick around. Don't just leave already. So in a nutshell, Syndrome K is the second documentary film from filmmaker Stephen Edwards, who's the acclaimed composer of Requiem for My Mother and a musical contributor to award-winning films such as Nomadland and Dallas Buyers Club. Syndrome K is the true story about a highly contagious, highly fictitious disease created by three Roman Catholic doctors. Let's see if I can say these names and make it sound legit Italian. Adriano Ossicini, Giovanni Borromeo, and Vittorio Sacradotti. How'd that sound? Anyway, it was during the Holocaust, and they did this to hide Jews from occupying Nazis in a Vatican-affiliated hospital during World War II, when over 1,000 Jews from the Jewish ghetto in Rome were deported to Auschwitz on October 16th, 1943. Many other Jews sought refuge in the Fate Bene Fratelli hospital. Sounds pretty good, right? Directly across the Tiber River from the ghetto, and Syndrome K became a way to save them. There were a lot of things I really liked about this film, and then I'll tell you some of the things that I didn't like, as well as tips for parents, themes worth talking about, and even recommendation for another film that just blew me away. All right, so it was, first of all, really great to hear Ray Liotta's voice as the narrator one last time. He unexpectedly passed away in his sleep just recently on May 26, 2022. He does a great job, of course. Despite the very somber topic of the Holocaust during World War II, this fascinating documentary presents an energetic telling and leaves you feeling hopeful and inspired. Powerful and impactful documentaries are those that speak about ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and Syndrome K is one of those documentaries. The film utilizes incredible footage and photos of the time, as well as interviews, reenactments, and even animation. I absolutely adore Italy and have been there several times. I love seeing the old and the current photos of that amazing city. The film is incredibly engaging due to the topic, but especially because of the quick scene changes and the visual effects. It never felt like a boring documentary at all, and the time flew by so fast. How perfectly symbolic that the name of the hospital where all of this took place was called the Fate Bene Fratelli, which means do good to your fellow man. Loved that. Now, I always write down a list of things that I didn't like, and honestly, I couldn't think of anything. I really thought this film was well done. Sometimes documentaries are just very straightforward and you're like, yes, okay, I'm learning stuff. But this one almost felt like a feature film because of the dramatization and the like I said, the energy that just kept things moving. It just was really, really great. So nothing bad to say about this film. Let me give you some tips for parents, though. Young kids might be bored. You do see bloodied, dead bodies on the ground, and you also see a dead woman hanging from a tree. So there's some images that, in my opinion, made it rated R. Some of the themes that are illustrated very well, of course, are Jews, World War II heroes, mysterious diseases, courage, brave doctors, quick thinking, and helping others. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines to give you kind of a feel for the film. So for funny lines, I didn't write anything down. This is a very serious topic. One of the men interviewed said, quote, "I remember there was a time in my home there was no laughter, none. Not only were we starving to death, there was no joy. Just to kind of remind you, this is the Holocaust. Now, I did write down a lot of interesting lines. For example, Dr. Adriano Ossicini, who died in 2019, just shy of his 100th year birthday, said this, and he's one of the doctors that helped all of these Jews survive. He said, life is beautiful. If you live life with honesty and bravery, those are fundamental values. And if you're lucky and you have a wife that you love and you love your kids, that makes it even better. And I thought that that was really sweet. And then later on in the film, he says, bravery always wins. And I loved that as well. All right, so let me give you a recommendation before we go. This was a film that came out many years ago. And when I saw it in the theater with my husband, I had a son who was the same age as the boy in the film. The film is called Life is Beautiful. It's a World War II movie. It's a feature film, and it features the Italian Jews, which is why I wanted to mention this to you, but it really is one of my all-time favorite World War II movies, focusing on the Holocaust and the Jews. Now, it seems odd almost to even say, oh, I have a favorite Holocaust movie, but it is so powerful and I highly recommend it. All right, that's it for my review. As always, thank you for watching. Be sure and subscribe, hit that little bell notification, and it'll tell you every time I upload a new movie review or documentary analysis or trailer reaction, which is every single day. Thank you. Have a fantastic day. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.